Can you make money from crochet? Yes, and stop calling it crochet, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to be sharing some examples with you, and when done correctly, any one of these can help you put money in your pocket. I'm James DeLong, the founder of the Savvy Kingdom and the Crochet Masterclass video series. And in this video, I'm going to show you how, just by niching down and thinking outside the box, you can do just that. So the first thing I want you to understand when it comes to making money for your business, it's thinking about not the product, it's thinking about who the product is for. So let's take, for example, yourself. How do you characterize yourself as far as, are you stylish? Are you into fashion? Are you grungy? Are you girly? Are you tomboy? Are you preppy? So you got to think about the person that you're trying to market and sell your products to. You got to think about them first before you start thinking about, hey, do I want to sell this item or that item or this pattern? You got to think about the person who it's for and what kind of problem that person has and how you can actually solve it with your item. So yes, you can actually make tons of money in this business. And the cool thing about it is the way that I'm teaching right now is going to be able to show you how you can stand out from the crowd and carve your own niche. Because the thing is, most people that you see right now that are selling items, they're pretty much selling like a whole, like a variety set of items, which that's okay because that's what they know and that's what they do. However, because you're watching this here, you're going to have an edge on them because you're going to understand once you start narrowing down and focusing on who the person is that you're trying to talk to or you're trying to market to, that's going to make the biggest difference in your business. Okay, so now that you have an understanding of that you need to think about who that you're going to be marketed to, who you're going to be selling your items to, the next thing I want you to think about is what it is that you can do for them. So now when people start thinking about crochet, the very first thing they think about is something they can make, like a blanket or a shawl or whatever it is, and sell that item. Now, when people say, can you make money in crochet? There's so many different ways you can make money in crochet. Now, it's not just patterns and designs. There's things you can do outside of that. I mean, think about it. You can sell products, physical products. I sell hooks. I sell needles. I sell courses. I sell a lot of different things. It's not necessarily just thinking that you have to make a particular item and sell it. So I want you to start thinking about that as well. Like, first of all, think about the person who you're marketing to. So now let's say, for example, you're thinking about a person that likes to go, they're outdoor. They like to spend time outside and they want to be, they want to wear something comfortable or warm or whatever it is. So that person, I'm thinking you might make some really nice blankets for that person or some type of, lap blanket or something like that, or hand warmers or something like that for that particular person. You're not going to be selling them any other stuff because that's not who that person, that's not who they are. That's not what they need. That person is going to be like, say, for instance, let's use me example. Let's say that I want to go camping. So what items can you sell to the camper? So I'm not a grungy person. I'm more of a minimalist. So what kind of fashion, what kind of colors, what kind of wearables could you sell me? Now that's going to give you an idea of the person of who you're marketing to. And now I want you to think about what it is you can sell to that person. So this person here, me being the camper, the minimalist, can you sell me a pattern? Probably not, because I may not want to make it. Can you sell me a scarf? Can you sell me a blanket? Yes, because that's the person you're marketing to. So I want you to think about, once you know who the person is and what they're trying to accomplish, then you can sell your crocheted items or whatever it is. Now, think about the stuff you can do. So I want you to, I'm going to go a little over the place with this one because the thing is, when people start thinking of crochet, they didn't even think about, you could be an editor, you could be a pattern tester, you could be a designer, you could be a person that actually makes items. Say, for instance, I need somebody to make 5 items for me. Say, for instance, I have a crochet business where I'm selling designs or physical projects. Well, I can't sit there and make 20 of them. So I can hire somebody who doesn't want to care, who doesn't want to have anything to do with having a web page or selling on Etsy like that. They just want to sit there and enjoy making products. So that's another position. So I don't want you to think because you're trying to sell crochet or start a crochet business that it means you have to just sell stuff. I mean, think about it. If you're good with graphics, you can actually be a template designer. You can sell stuff to, so again, you're going to sell stuff to the person that you're marketing to. And once you understand that, that's going to make the biggest difference in your business. So now that I knocked those two out of the way, I want to ask you a question and let me know in the comments below who it is that you want to cater to. Do you have an idea? Is it somebody that you know that wants to do or wants to have home decor? So you're not selling crochet items. You're going to sell an item that they can put inside their house to make it look nice. If it's a person that wants to have stuff on their wall, like wall art, or if it's a person that wants a pillowcase that's designed for their favorite sports theme, that's the person you're selling it to. You're not selling crocheted anything. So I want you to get that through your head, because that's the part where people start off with and just constantly think, well, I can make this. I'm going to open up a crafts fair. I'm going to have this for sale, that for sale. If you're not catering to a person, then what you're doing is trying to sell to everybody, and that doesn't work. I mean, it does, but you're not going to make the type of results you want. And this is what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you how to make this a business. If you want to make money from it, this is what you have to do. So now that you have an idea of that you can make money from this, you have an idea of who the person you want to talk to, and then you also know that besides making products or commissioned items, whatever, there's a lot of other things you can do. You can create patterns, you can do designs, you can actually design for someone. You could be a pattern maker, you could be a pattern editor, you could be a tech editor, you could be a writer, you could be a blogger. There's a lot of different things to do. So when it comes to making money for crochet, there's many different things you could do. And I talked to you earlier, and I mentioned that, I sell crochet physical items. You can sell yarn, you can sell hooks, you can sell, and there's a lot of different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be something you physically make. And I tell you that because if you really enjoy the this art, this hobby, there's a lot of different ways you can make money from it, not just spending your time creating something. And just like, say for instance, one thing that I feel bad for is a lot of people aren't comfortable with selling what they're really worth. So for instance, if they spent 3 months making a blanket that costs like $70 in yarn already, they're going to be selling it, and it's hard to tell somebody you want to sell for $200 or $300. So if they sell it for $100, just think about how much time and effort it took to make that. And that's where I tell people there's a lot of different ways you can do it. So you just have to think about what's going to give you the best bang for the buck. What is something you enjoy doing? So there's a lot of different ways you could do that, and that's what watching these videos that we have here, it's going to teach you a lot about that. And the last thing I want to mention is this little bonus tip that I like to do is give you a little action step. So I want you to go out there and do a search for somebody that has something similar to doing what you want to do. Like for instance, if there's a designer out there that has certain patterns that's selling to a specific person, take a look at their account and look at their social media, see if they're using Facebook, if they're using Instagram, Pinterest, whatever, and then kind of have an idea of which one are they doing their most content on. And that's the one that you should be focusing on. And I always tell everyone, again, if this is your first time here, you're not going to know this until I just tell you right now, is I tell people to focus on one thing and one thing only. Once you build that up and you understand how to knock that off the box, then move on to the next one. So what I'm referring to is don't have a Twitter, don't have a Pinterest, don't have an Instagram, don't have 10 different things unless you're a master of one first. So think about it. Immediately once you grow your Instagram following to the whatever it is that you need based off the following, then you should jump to the next one. But it's a lot harder to do 3 or 4 at one time. Plus, it's just not good for you to spread yourself too thin, and it's just be a lot easier to tackle one object at a time. So follow somebody that has something that's similar to what you like, and then take a look at where they're at, and then try to see who that person is, what their gender is, what is it they like, where they shop at, and this is going to give you a lot of good insight of the person, so the who that it is you want to market to. So I hope that you enjoy that. We have a lot more tips like this for you. So if you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and you're going to see a lot more crochet business tips like this. And you're also going to see our Royal Expert interviews that we do. So that's going to give you some great tips from people that are in the business. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.